Hello, students, PU to seniors and juniors. The juniors may be may not be very tensed, but those who are going to write CET, they will be very tensed because only 3 days are left. There are some students who might have done very well in the PU board exam. Some of them might not have done that well. They want to make up in CET. So both people are anxious. So this is this lecture or seminar, whatever you call it, just to release your tension and perform well in the CET. Normally, there may not be much time to prepare for CET. The students might have prepared not so seriously about first PUC topics. But this time, plenty of time was there. Some of them must have utilized that, and they might have been well equipped with first PUC topics also. Also, there are so many online courses. Most of the classes may not be that effective as one want, because it is difficult to motivate the children in the online platform. But already focused children, absolutely no problem. They might have enjoyed. So, with this, let us go into the topic. So, all of you are very, very anxious. Let's pray God Almighty that we do well in the last 3 days and excel in CET-2020. Now, the difference between CET and JEE. The difference between CET and CE, so when you look at the CET, there are 4 papers. Physics, chemistry, mathematics and biology separately 70 minutes each. Whereas the other 2 units, other 2 examinations, JEE and the JEE Mains or NEET, you have 3-hour examination, and the number of questions in NEET is 180. But the number of questions in JEE Main is 75. So little more time for JEE because the questions are very tough. So in CET, 3 separate papers. You start with biology and mathematics on day 1 and physics and chemistry on day 2. So, another difference which you may find is there is no negative scoring in CET. So, you should not leave any question unanswered. You should not leave the exam hall without marking to every question. Whereas this advice we may not give it to the JEE Main aspirants and NEET aspirants. Their heavy penalty is there. If your question is wrong, then you are likely to lose. So, let me go to the next one. How the questions are distributed in CET. The instruction is not more than 25% from first PUC portion. That is 15 questions. 15 questions from first PUC. And the instruction is 25% of the questions should be easy. That means 15 questions should be very easy. And 25% of the questions should be difficult. That is again 15 questions. 10% of the questions should be long. It should take a lot of time in solving a problem in mathematics, for example. and 10% of the questions must be based on multiple concepts. A first PUC idea, a second PUC idea, combined together you should frame and question should be asked. So the difficult and easy, long is a relative term. What the teacher may find it easy, it may not be easy for you. So it depends on the question paper setter and his perception, easy, difficult, like that. So let me take now biology. The biology, you have hardly any problem. All of them are theory. Absolutely no problem in time factor. You will have plenty of time. The only thing is, either you know a question or you do not know a question. You require pen only to shade, not to scribble anything. So you need not bother about the time factor. Plenty of time is there. Read the question, understand the question, and then shade. And you have to shade, and you cannot redo it. You know, reshading is not possible. Therefore, you have to think and shade. So, and you know, the past experience for 3-4 years, the biology teachers tell me that they ask questions from NCERT textbooks. Maybe certain hard chapters are there, but you know, certain chapters like ecology and all difficulties there. But then almost all the problems will be from NCERT textbooks. No time factors. Be cool. Read the question and answer the questions. When you take chemistry, next is slightly, time factor may not be that comfortable like biology. Now, what type of questions are coming? There are theoretical questions, about 48 questions are coming from the theory. And around 12 questions, sometimes less, 12 questions are coming theoretic. That is problem numericals. The numericals can be very lengthy, so that numericals we do not know. You may be strong in numericals, but look at that. The 30 easy questions are there, which are direct concept-based questions. Another 18 questions may be little applied chemistry, but theory only, no problem. So a maximum of 12 problems will be there. So if you are well read in chemistry, the time factor may not be there. You may be able to comfortably finish in time. But that is not the case with physics. And when you take physics, now how many, the number of questions, direct questions, in chemistry it was 30, here it is around 18 questions. And applied theory it is 14 questions. So roughly 30 questions, 50%, slightly above 50% questions will be from theory, and the remaining questions are numericals. And all of you know that, the many students are not comfortable with problems in physics. So here you evolve a strategy. So you should have a strategy, a different strategy for physics. So there is, I'll come to that later. So this is the distribution from the past experience. 18 easy questions are there, 14 moderately tough are there, and out of 28, maybe 50% of them are very easy, the remaining may be tough. But coming to mathematics, when you come to mathematics, what happens? All are numerical problems. No problem, hardly any problem will be there. We can solve it without using the pen. So here the time factor is very, very important. You have to manage the time properly. So there are, difficult questions, easy questions, moderately easy questions, very well-known questions, and the questions you are seeing for the first time. So how do we manage those problems? So first part of that, let's go into the classification of, with this I have done it for mathematics. You have to think on similar lines for other subjects. So look at type A. So the problems which you have done before, and any time, even if at midnight somebody wakes you up and asks, you can do that problem. That type of problems are lovely problems. Projection of a vector on a vector, A dot B by modulus B. Inverse of a square matrix of order 2. So this is fine. Similarly, what is the maximum value of A cos x plus B sin x, square root of A squared plus B squared? Direct simple problems. It will take less than 1 minute. So this is type number A. This is your trump. Everybody can manage this problem comfortably. So type number 2, this is a problem you are confident in the topic wise, no problem, but the problem which you see is not similar. You are not come across similar problem. Look at this problem. The largest angle of a triangle whose sides are 1 sin x and cos x, where x is a number between 0 and pi by 2, is it x? Is it 90 degrees minus x? Is it 90 degrees plus x? Like that. This is an entrance exam question. Maybe just before you were born it was asked in the examination. Whenever I conduct a program, I ask the audience, what is the answer? Hardly anybody knows this question. This is one of the beautiful questions which you come. What is a beautiful question? The question is very simple and many of you do not know the answer. So this is a problem based on the simple concept. You know that in a squared plus b squared is equal to c squared. If a, b, c are the sides of the triangle, so you have sine squared x plus cos squared x equal to 1 squared. So the sides of the triangle obey the Pythagoras theorem. So the triangle in question is a right angle triangle. Even a blind person will know the greatest angle of a right angle triangle is 90 degrees. So here the beauty of the questions you will not see only when somebody explains to you, oh, such a lovely question. Very dangerous, this type of questions. Now look at the next one. So next question, next type. So standard problems. Long ago, so one of my students who went into NITK told me, sir, some of the students who have entered here, they are not very great students. They are less intelligent than me. They got better than me. And when I ask them what is the secret of success, they say they used the God-given memory. Some of them are mind very clean and they know certain standard problems. In that particular year, many standard problems were tested in the exam, so they were lucky. So here is a list. Your teacher must have told you this is important, that is important. All those problems come under this category. Look at this. The function 1 by x in log of 1 plus ax minus log of 1 minus bx by is undefined at x equal to 0. The value of ax so that the function becomes continuous, that is f of 0 is a plus b, then it will become continuous. This is a standard problem 4 or 5 times asked in the examination, including AIEEE also, so you remember this. Then you have, look at this, this was appeared in CET also. Last year also it appeared in CET, and before that it applied in JEE Main also, and this is a real 4 or 5 marks question in the board exam. So how do we smash this problem? Convert into a memory level question. If x plus y whole to the power m plus n is x power m into y power n, dy by dx is 1 by x, and the second derivative is 0 also. What is the maximum value of log x? The critical point is e, and the maximum value is 1 by e. Look at that problem which you are saying. 7 times appeared in the CET. Integral 0 to pi by 2 log tan x dx. Is e 0 the same as integral 0 to pi by 2 log cot x dx? Standard problems. Look at the next problem. Integral 0 to pi by 2 log sin x dx. Pi by 2 log half, or it is minus pi by 2 log 2. This problem, even in the PU board for 6 marks, the teachers are hesitant to ask because the children may not be able to complete the problem. They may start in the middle, that mind will be confused and they may not be able to complete the problem. Such a question they asked long, long ago before you were born. So if that is the if that type of question comes, how to defeat the purpose of the examiner? By heart the problem. So look at this. This is also coming in this year also. In JEE Main also they asked this question. So what is the area of the region bounded by y squared is equal to 4ax and x squared equal to 4ay? In fact, you can generalize also. Y squared is equal to 4ax and y squared is equal to 4by. Sorry, x squared is equal to 4by. The area is the coefficient of x, coefficient of y. 4a into 4b divided by 3. So if somebody asks you what is the area enclosed between y squared is equal to 4x and x squared is equal to 6y, straight away 4 into 6 divided by 3, immediately you convert into a difficult 5 marks questions, you convert into a memory level question. So this is, I have just opened the topic and your teacher must have told you, and you make a list of them if you have not made already. So let us take another one. Say type B. The problems are asked in the examination, not very clearly mentioned in the syllabus, but they ask. We cannot ask them, why did you ask? They ask. And the teacher has given training for that. Integration as a summation. A modified form of integration as a summation is this question. So again, when you have a problem like in the problem based on the fundamental theorem of calculus, integral a to ax, f of t dt. So what is this is only to mention, very rarely a problem is there. So the value, when you differentiate, it is the value of the integrand at the upper limit. Problems are asked, even CET also they have asked, and JEE Main also very popular question. But it is not, we have not done any hands-on experience, especially the teachers who follow only the NCERT textbook. Those children might not have got any hands-on experience on these problems, so they may find it difficult. So this is type D. Now look at the next problem. Very interesting to read. Unfamiliar problem with unknown concept. You should expect, however great you are, you have to expect that maybe 5-6 questions I may not know. It may be very, very difficult. And the feeling, that feeling, oh, I know everything, then you will be defeated. So, an unfamiliar problems with unknown concept. Look at this. Read this problem. If all red boiled grapes are dead and all red dead grapes are boiled, does it follow that all dead boiled grapes are red? Believe me, it is a CET question. When you read this question, your head will rotate through 360 degrees. So when you see a problem of this type, it is better to ignore this problem. That I'll tell you later. So this is the type of problem. So problems very simple, you know, and some problems, unfamiliar new problems. Some problems are very hard problems. How are you going to do it? That will continue. Now, 4 days are there. So you have to regulate your food habits. This is the last phase. You cannot eat whichever the food you are fond of, especially deep fried items. And nowadays, because of the corona, the ordering from outside is less. Otherwise, some of you are fond of eating, Swiggy, Zomato, like that, and spoiling your health. So now it may be less. So if you become sick, stomach upset, headache, and at this moment, it's a loss. If you are become sick, the loss cannot be reversible. So eat healthy food. Some of you may not be able to eat properly because of the tension, but you should support harmless proteins. Nuts are there, then fruits you can eat, you know. So worst comes, you know that jaggery and groundnut chickpeas that you can eat, that will give you enough instant strength also. It is important that you have to regulate your sleeping habits now. So you must sleep at least 7 hours henceforth, 8 hours best. The day of the examinations, 8 hours best. So once upon a time I listened to one neurologist talk, and when he was asked, doctor, what is the advice you give it to the children when they are writing the exam, because exam is connected with your brain. So the doctor would say, whatever we have recorded, whatever you have seen in this world is already recorded in our upper story. So the ability to recall should be there. The ability to recall means the brain should be very, very active. So when you want the brain to be active on the examination day, at least previous days you should give sufficient rest for that. And also he used to say that I'm not just mentioning that, some of the advices he gave was, go for a brisk walk about 10-15 minutes after supper. May not be possible now. And he also said that, some people are accustomed to taking hot water bath, open the shower and take bath. And he would say that you go for normal water bath, not hot water bath. When you take hot water bath, when you go, your body doesn't move. But when you take, ordinary water, and then it is very chill, and the moment it touches your the head, you start rubbing your head. And he would say that when you rub like this, the veins which are going into the brain, I'm sorry, I do not know what he told, I'm telling, and it will be activated, your mind will become very efficient. So my advice to you is, remaining days, minimum of 7 hours you sleep. Now, slight exercise, not very hard exercise. So morning hours you can do slight exercises. Then it stimulates the oxygen supply to the brain. Yogasana some of you will do. So pranayama is the best one, and it is an easy one also to practice. And even for coronavirus to have the immune power, people say that you practice this yoga. So it is, you can do that, and it improves your mental alertness. So avoid any form of activity which may cause anxiety, especially that WhatsApp news, that TV news. Don't look at the TV as if there is a cricket score, as if somebody is like Mukesh Ambani's wealth, how much it has increased. Like that, they will be giving the death is this much. This is threatening. So don't look at those TV. Most of them are having negative news only. So you don't look at them. So be focused. Be focused. Any entertainment, including seeing a film or anything, you just avoid. So relax the day of the exam. So I would say that, the day before the examination, say afternoon, better switch off, minimum reading. So I used to say that, I used to tell the children, because being in Mangalore, coastal city, I used to say that go to the beach. Go to the beach, not with friends, with your parents. So some parents don't allow. Then you go to a park and look at the children playing there. It soothes your mind. That also is not possible. Then go to a temple. When you ask the parents to go to the temple, they will allow you to go to the temple. So you can go to the temple. And ದೇವರ ಹತ್ರ ಪ್ರಾರ್ಥನೆ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. So even if that is not allowed, relax by looking at Discovery Channel. This is the advice I give. So now many of you may visit a temple, or even if you are not able to visit the temple, if the temple may be closed in your area because of the corona pandemic period, so what you do is you have a temple in your heart only, in the mind only, build a temple and prarthana ಮಾಡಿ ದೇವರ ಹತ್ರ. So how to pray? Don't pray to God Almighty, let the question paper be easy only for me, or in general question be easy. Question paper is already set and it is sealed. So you have to pray to God Almighty, Devare, I have worked hard, you know how much I have worked hard. So many people were enjoying their life at the cost of studies. So many people who are 50% enjoyment, 50% is, I have completely devoted myself only for studies. You are aware of that. Now it has come to the D-Day. Please come and sit by the side of me when I write the exam. What kind of help you have to do? Devare, please help me to do the problems which I am capable of doing. That is enough. That is a very fair prayer. God will appreciate that prayer rather than let the question paper be easy for me. I repeat once again, Devare prarthana ಮಾಡೋದು ಹೇಗೆ ಪ್ರಾರ್ಥನೆ ಮಾಡೋದು? Devare, whatever I know, please help me not to make mistake. That is enough for you. Mark my words, that is enough for you. So this is my advice to you. So on the day before the examination and the day of the examination, sleep well and, be relaxed. So to quote that, when we started our tutorials 10 years back, the first year, when Mr. Naveen Bhatt, who has become an IAS officer now, he became the top rank holder in engineering, but he did medicine. And he has become an IAS officer. And he would say, his father said in the interview to the newspapers, says that my son was there after having the lunch on the previous day. He was saying Discovery Channel. He was saying not Discovery, Cartoon Network. This is 10 years before. Then everybody was tensed. He is cool. He is looking at that. And the father asked him, son, what is this? Tomorrow is the exam, you are looking at that. Then he said that, sir gave us lots of, relaxation. I picked up this one and I am enjoying that. Daddy, don't worry, I'll do very well. And he became the first rank holder. And he was not the topper in the class, but he performed well because he was very cool on the day before the exam. Then the following year we had one Akshay Padabi. So he became a medical first rank holder, but did it in NITK ENC. Now in Berkeley University he is completing his PhD program. So he said that he went along with the sister, went to the beach and relaxed the day before the examination. Why I am saying like this is, so some of you cannot, cannot relax. You feel that, whatever you have to hold on to the book till the last minute of it is not necessary. Whatever you have recorded, it is already, whatever you have studied already recorded, and don't think that you may not be able to recall them. Did you not recall them in the board examinations? So it is also in CET also, it is possible that you can recall them. So there is absolutely don't have any doubt about your ability, you will be able to recall. So relax the day before the exam. Next, morning breakfast and lunch. So when you have the breakfast, some of you, your center may be to the next door of your house. So you can have a good breakfast, before the nice breakfast you can have. Some of you may have to travel to 1 hour, 2 hours like this. So you should have a very heavy breakfast, because when you write the examination, at that time its stomach will be empty. The stomach should not be empty. I still remember when I went along with my daughter, to pick up her after the exam. So between physics and chemistry examination. So I went to the examination center, I took her, and that examination center was far away from my house. So we went to a restaurant and we wanted to have sandwiches. And when we were having sandwiches, some of the students whom I saw that in the examination place, they were eating chicken curry and paratha. So I was thinking myself, so what will happen to these children? When the stomach is full and when they sit in the examination hall, that is for the afternoon is a maths exam. So what will happen when you the stomach command may be to digest the food, not to be efficient. So you should have a very light lunch. And you should eat, as I told you, some proteins you have to eat, some chocolates you can have. So if you are unable to eat properly, doesn't matter, take one 5-star, eat before going to the examination. That will give you instantaneous strength. And as I told you earlier, you can also have chickpeas in your drink, chickpeas, 4 or 5 pieces, and one tumbler, drink water and enter the exam hall. Okay. So this is another one important. You know that some of the students are very, 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 very vibrant. They'll come and ask, hello, how are you? Yeah, how was the preparation, like this? Then suddenly they will ask, what is integral 0 to pi by 2 log sin x dx? Either you may or you may not know. So if you know also, it is, if you make a mistake there, that fellow will make a comment that will discourage you. You know those type of students. So do not go near them. Just avoid them. If they ask you, even by chance, if you are not able to say that 2 plus 3 is equal to 4, somebody says, yes, very good, you are right. Don't argue in the exam. Just be peaceful. Cool-hearted people win in the examinations. There is no point in arguing with a fellow, so avoid, but best will be to avoid such students. So if a person is there, an unknown student will not come and ask you. Your own friends, some of them may be there. So your center will be different from your college. Normally, I advise the children to go and visit the center. This time it may be difficult for you to visit the center. So to make the place very comfortable for you. Okay. So please avoid those students. Next. First day physics and biology and mathematics exams are over. Biology, mathematics exams. Here I would like to tell 2 things. Some of the students will come and ask after the maths examination, what is the answer for this? What is the answer for this? Like this. So be careful. Don't discuss anything with them. So also, some of the institutes, coaching institutes or colleges, a race is there to give the answer. Who has to give the answer? And some of them give the answer very wrongly also. And you look at them and you feel that you may be right, but he must have given the answer wrongly, and it will discourage you. If you know that if you have guessed a question and if it is right, it encourages you. If you thought that the question is what you have marked is correct and the solution says that it is wrong, it discourages you. Both are very bad for you. Excitement also bad for you. Depression is also very bad for you. So do not discuss the questions with anybody. Straight away, peacefully come. If the parents are accessible, I advise the parents to go, take the child, hold the hand and drag him, straight away let him come. And also here, some of the students, some of the parents will be very anxious. Some of the parents will be very anxious and they will be eagerly waiting for you to give a good, I am mummy, I have done well. I tell you, please tell a lie to the parents that you have done biology and mathematics exam very well. Because so much of tension will be there, so much of expectation is there. Some of the parents have spent, their life saving also to educate you. So they feel that, not college hefty fees and tuition hefty fees, and they expect that you do well. And you might have made one or two silly mistakes. That one or two silly mistakes will be lingering in your mind. You will be disturbed. Oh, I should not have made. You yourself sometimes will come to, oh, I have made a mistake. So that thought will be there. So when you tell frankly with your parents that I have made mistakes, they will not be very kind. And the mother, she is after all mother. She is not a psychologist. She will take her AK-47 and fire at you. Unpleasantness. Because avoid that. Mummy, I have done the example. After 2 days, Mummy, I think I have made 2-3 mistakes. She will not mind. She will not mind. So whatever the lies you tell on that day, please reveal it after 2-3 days that I have one or two mistakes I have made on that. Then that is a lie is nullified. Okay, telling lies is nullified. It is awkward for me to tell as a teacher, advising the students to tell lies. But this is for your own interest, I am saying. And if your parents are very accommodative, then please be truthful. But I know that one of my friends' sons, and after the maths examination, he went there, they told, your uncle's maths exam, how was it? Dad, very bad. So you know that the question paper, that is, I'll tell you that question paper pattern, A1, A2, A3, like that, D1, D2, D3, D4, 16 types of question papers will be there. So the questions will be shuffled, the answers will be shuffled. And to your bad luck, the questions which you are not very strong may be there in the first page. And that boy had such a paper. The first page he had 3 questions. All 3 are horrible questions. So he became nervous. He could not do well. And the father could not understand and kicked him, and he ran out of the house and wrote the exam from uncle's house. So this is some of the parents are not understanding. In that case, it is better to tell a lie. If you say that, Mummy, I have done the exam very well. Oh, Magale, come, take that red carpet, welcome and enjoy it. In the heart of heart, you will feel guilty. Doesn't matter. So, because you have to prepare for physics and chemistry. You have to be cool for physics and chemistry. Since you have to be cool for physics and chemistry, there is no point in having an unpleasantness in the house. So please listen to what I say. I am not very comfortable to say like that, but I have to say like that because of some experiences which I came to know. Strategy during the test. So when you go for a test, read this sentence. More often than not, a student ends up scoring less marks in CET than the student's maximum potential because of poor strategy. Why does it happen? Who is responsible for this? So what I am saying here is, almost every student underperforms in CET. Almost every student. You look at your own examinations with the past, including the second PUC examination which you wrote, you made silly mistakes. You made mistakes. So CET also will not be an exception. So there may be errors is possible you do, so you are underperforming. The question paper may be moderately tough. You should have got 50 marks, but you get 40. So that is, that should not have happened. So who is responsible for this? So who is responsible? You are your enemy number one. You are your enemy number one. What I am trying to say here is your greediness Your greediness is your enemy number one. You have a capacity. You are capable of producing this many marks in CET examinations. But you want to get more than what you are capable of doing. In the end, you get less than what you should have got. Tragedy. I repeat once again. So you want to, your greediness is your, I am not saying you, when I say yourself, your greediness is your enemy number one. So what it is, when you pray to God Almighty, Deve, ನನಗೆ ಒಂದು ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟಿ ಇದೆ, ಆ ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟಿಗೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುವ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ನಾನು ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನನಗೆ ಸಹಾಯ ಮಾಡಿ. So you cannot expect to produce 60 out of 60 in a CET examination. Even I may not get 60 out of 60 in CET. So that is, so you should not be greedy. So your greediness is your enemy number one. So you should, you should perform to your capacity. So if you are cool and if you are, greediness is not there, definitely you will perform better. Next one, your parents. Mr. Parents, then your peer group pressure may not be much, but that period has gone now. Now the parents, before and after the examinations, your parents are there. Many second PUC houses, science students' houses, unpleasantness was there almost every day. The mother says study and the student doesn't study. Therefore, there is always some unpleasantness. So, when there is unpleasantness, your mind gets this, I am not elaborating that. Some of the parents are very greedy. Even if the children work to their capacity and scores to their capacity, they are not satisfied, they are not able to understand the situation. So some of the children are hard-working, but still the parents are not happy, I have seen. So, and in many cases, unless the parents control you, study, some of you would not have come to second UC also. So they give you pressure. Because of that you study. Otherwise, left to yourself, how many of you will be interested in writing CET? Get lost, I am not interested in CET. 1,85,90,000 students are writing. Do you think all of them are here to write the CET examination? Yeah, definitely not. So now, coming to the point, why your parents are anxious? Assume that, this is not connected with CET. Your parents want you to become a doctor. So ambition is that you should become a doctor. Or you should get a seat in NITK. Or RV College, Bangalore. Or more really, Nitte or Sir Joseph's. Like that, in your area, Mysore SJC is there, Hassan Malnad is there. Like that, you want to study in a good college. So the parents want you to, coming to the doctor. And you know that to become a doctor, 1 crore 25 lakhs is the management quota. Even if you can afford to give that 1 crore 25 lakhs, who will be interested in giving? Which parent will be interested in giving? First of all, so that when there is no other go, they may give. That doesn't matter. But now they will be telling the child, Magale, Magane, study, but you get irritated. Many times there were unpleasantness at home. Why did your mother say? Your mother may not be, as I told you, your mother may not be a psychologist. She is the mother. Still she thinks that you are a small kid, not capable of taking decisions yourself. Or so her intention is good. She wants, if only my daughter or son studies little more, he or she will get a good seat, a good engineering seat, good medical seat. some of you who are quarreling with your finding fault to your mother for putting a pressure, ordinary pressure, not over pressure, and later on in your life, after 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, if you become a Chota Ambani like that, and you look back at your life and you want to thank your mother, oh, because of my mother's pressure, I could come to this one, I want to see my mother, I have to thank her, and you will see mother's photograph with the correlate. So, be understanding. The mother says, do not find fault with the mother. Intention is good. The way of telling may not be correct because they are not psychologists. They are plant mothers. Okay? So I'll go to the next slide. So in CET, scoring 75%. What is the meaning of 75%? 75% means it is 45, 45, 45. Maths 45, physics 45, chemistry 45. That is, you will get a good engineering seat. You will get a 500. Now, this year, I may have to add 3 more marks here because of the lot of time. Still, I am not increasing more marks. 48, 45, that is about 80% marks. If you score in PCM, which is possible, you are likely to get a good seat. You may not get a RV College computer science and electronics, basic computer science, but all the other seats may be available for you. So you should be cool, even if you do not know 12 with 3, 36 questions, each 12 questions you do not know, still you are a successful person. So, look here, 500 ranks, ಒಳಗೆ ಬರಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ 48, 48, 48 will do. So what to do? You should have a good striking rate. What is the meaning of striking rate? So what the striking rate is, whatever you answer, it should be correct. Whatever you answer, it should be correct. Now, suppose you answer a question, and if you don't get A, B, C, D, or 1, 2, 3, 4, and if you get other than that, then it will be a tragedy. It will be a tragedy. So, so it is, so somebody is commenting that said, please go slow. Yes, okay, I'll continue, I'll go slow because I want to cover it. I think then I'll give you a break for about after 10 minutes. After 10 minutes I'll give you a break and then I'll continue because I thought I can finish it in one stretch. So this video may be available in the YouTube also. You can rewind and see that also. So let me complete what I wanted to say. So this year it may be instead of 85%, 75%, it may be 80%. All the good seats in the world means the Karnataka is available for you. Strike rate should be good. Number of correct questions and number of questions answered. If you have answered in that 30 questions, all the 30 should be correct. Ideal 100% striking rate in the beginning. 100% striking rate will not be there in the exam. You will not know all the 60 questions. Even we are seeing very, very rarely in CET it has happened 60, 60, 60. Never happened. One subject, maximum of one subject, or rarely 2 subjects, 60 out of 60. So it is important that you have a good striking rate. What is the strategy you have to employ? So you know that each subject is varying. Though biology, absolutely no problem. Chemistry also no problem. Only physics and mathematics. So how do we take those? How do we take those questions? So that is what we are going to see in the next one. So whatever, here you should have round number 1, round number 1, round number 2, round number 3 you should have. So what is round number 1? That we are coming to that. You cannot, so it is important that you should have a good speed. But the speed should not be at the cost of accuracy. Speed, what is the use of answering the question, 60 questions, very high speed you go and 30 of them wrong? Or what is the use of going 30 questions answering perfectly, all the 30 are correct, remaining 30 questions you come and read after the examination is over? So speed should be there and accuracy should be there. One should not be at the cost of others. One should not be at the cost of others. So you know your strength. You know your strength. Some of the topics you may not be very certain. So you take biology, ecology may be difficult, and genetics and molecular biology may be a little difficult. So there are certain difficult areas. If you take chemistry, physical chemistry, equilibrium is a tough topic. Electrochemistry is another. So similarly in rotational motion in physics and electric field and charges is a slightly difficult topic. So you may not be very strong. In mathematics probably it is difficult, but they ask very simple questions. Permutation combination is very tough, but they ask very simple questions. So you think that, oh, this topic is difficult, but this year I'm sure that the question paper will be easy. Don't get bothered now, because in 2 days you cannot, what you could not learn in 2 years, you cannot do it in 3 days. So accept your strength. This is my strength and this is my weakness. If I assume when you sit in the exam hall, if this is my weakness, in this weakness questions will not come. Even if the question comes, it will be very easy. So don't get depressed, worried. Oh, what will happen if I get a question, more question from this? You assume that the question may not come like this. You should be, completely focused. That I need not say. Already you will be having focus. At least the remaining 3-4 days completely focused. Yes. So suppose strategy. Suppose you are seeing a question for the first time in your life. Do not complete it. Look at this problem. Look at this problem. Integral 0 to infinity x squared dx by x squared plus a squared plus y squared by b, etc. What is this integral? This happened in the CET. So what to do? This one, not all teachers also have seen. At that time when it appeared in the examination, I have not seen this question. But only it takes a time. It is a common sense question. It is not a problem on integration. X squared plus c, x squared will cancel. So put c is equal to 0 and a is equal to 2 and b is equal to 3. It is a problem on simplification only. Simplification only. So that way, so if you are seeing for the first time, leave a lengthy question in the first round. Angle between two curves, or lengthy, bit. Area between two curves, bit in the first round. Key strategies. So these key strategies, I'll tell you key strategies and shortcut techniques in mathematics. I will do it after 5 minutes of break. Because, completely seeing, some of you may be seeing your laptop, some of you may be seeing it in your mobile. So I want some rest for your eyes. So exactly after 5 minutes, we will continue this session. Chandbook. Shanbo. Hello, viewers, we'll continue. So, we have seen how to identify the problems, simple problems, tough problems, problems never seen before, and moderately tough problems. identification of these problems is your success. If you determine that this is a tough problem and leave it, your success. But I used to say that when I give a classroom ceremony, I stand in between that middle path only. Then I used to demonstrate if a bull is coming in front of me, then if however mightier I may be, I may fight with the bull and the bull may be down. I may be victorious. But the bull will not keep quiet. The bull will be shaking the head. While shaking the head, a part of the bull's horn may touch my body and there may be fountain of blood and I become weak. So, next time when a cockroach comes, I may not have energy to hit. So, when you have a tough problem which is coming, which is there, leave it. That is the best strategy, and after leaving that, be happy that you have done the right strategy. Normally, when you leave a problem, you will be unhappy. But now I advise you, when you have 5 problems, very hard problems maybe, that if you leave it in the first round and say that you are victorious, you have done the right strategy. Look at that red crab, dead red, nodta iruvaga tala tirugtade, and if you spend 1 minute and on a problem and if you do not know how to solve the problem, you will get discouraged. So leave your problem. So here you go to the strategies now. Choose a question which you are capable of answering in less than 1 minute. Chemistry, minimum of 30 will be there. Biology, minimum of 50 will be there. Less 1 minute. All of them are less than 1 minute. So biology I am not talking. Chemistry only 30 will be there. Minimum 30 will be there. Physics only maybe less or 25 may be there. Mathematics only 30-35 will be there, very simple. 1 minute questions. So answer those questions first. Round 1. So type A, the questions you have solved any number of times. And you can solve at any time, even at midnight also. That type of problem, you smash it first. Then come to round number 2. Round number 2 is lengthy question. If you are seeing, so like that. So that's what I mean by that. So it is extremely important to take success in the first 40 minutes of the experience. So you assume that you have got a problem on geometric objects and the focal length is asked, and the option number 1.41 and 1.42, 1.43, 1.45, these are the 4 options. If you get to 1.53, what will be your feeling? Your feeling is that you are wrong. You should never get an impression in the first 40 minutes or at least first 30 minutes that you are wrong. When the moment you get the signal that you are wrong, that will discourage you. You will become very nervous. 1 problem all right, 2 problems all right, many problems if you come like this, it will be difficult. So my advice to you is, you have to have a strategy. That's what I said. Type A, type B, type C. Mathematically, I have given you. Similarly, for physics and chemistry also, you have to define the problems. And my advice to you is, do not take problems in the beginning. Answer the physics early, chemistry early. Finish the theory questions and then come to the problems. And when you come to the problems also in physics, you might have seen a problem having only 1 line. You may be having a problem only half line. That means it is based on one simple concept. You may have a problem based on 3-4 lines. Don't read the problem. It may be based on multiple concepts. Adanu second round benni, first round madbedi. Okay? So it is important that you should always take the success. Then take the lengthy problems. Area between 2 curves, angle between. So this type of problems which are postponed. Yes, you know. As I told you, bull and control madudu victorious alla, adu failure. It's a wrong strategy. If you are seeing a question, very hard question taking 2 minutes, 3 minutes, adannu ittukondu solve maadi, then suddenly you look at a watch 15 minutes is there, 30 questions you have to answer, you will not be able, your mind will become blank. So go for that, as I told you, easy questions first, then take up the little lengthy questions. Then you have unfamiliar problems. ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ನೋಡಲಿಲ್ಲ ಲೈಫಲ್ಲಿ, ಇದೇನು ಅದನ್ನು ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಯಾವಾಗ? ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ಗೆ. ಡೋಂಟ್ ರೀಡ್ ಎ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್, as I told you. Don't complete reading a question which you are seeing for the first time in your life. Leave it to your neighbor, let him or let her enjoy. Right? So that is, go for unfamiliar questions. Then some problems may have weak alternatives. Bounce on them. Question ನೋಡಿದ ಕೂಡಲೇ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತದೆ, oh, this is not the answer, this is not the answer, this is not the answer. So there are problems. Then there may be certain problems we can put, find the sum of n terms. So put n is equal to 1. So how many terms are there in whole power n? Put n equal to 1. This type of problems, I am going to discuss those problems now. Type 1. So sometimes the alternatives may be very weak. In that case, you can take each alternative and rule out the wrong answer and guess the correct answer. So in my CET book, I have given plenty of problems, but I am giving very ordinary, very selected problems. This is a very lengthy sum, maximum, minimum problem. Find the point on the curve which is nearest to the point. So I am not going to explain here what is the normal way of solving the problem. Distance between 2 points, maximize ಮಾಡೋದು, maximum minimum problem. Only the title I give. So here I use the common sense. What is my common sense? So look at this, y coordinate is -2. Y squared is equal to my y squared. So 4 is equal to 4, yes. X equal to negative, not possible, because y squared is positive. It cannot be less than 4. It cannot be equal to -4x. It cannot be equal to negative. So this is not the answer. Then look at this. This point also does not lie on that. When I substitute, I get 8 is equal to 4. So what I have found here is, among the four answers, this is there on the curve, this is there on the curve, whereas these 2 points are not on the parabola, and one of them is the correct answer. So yeah, now find the distance. What is the distance between these 2 points? Root of 1 plus 9. What is the distance between these 2 points? Root of 1 plus 1. This is square root of 10. This is square root of 2. Read the question. A point on the curve which is nearest to this point means the distance should be small. So root 2 is the small distance. So that is the answer. So that is the one. See the printed solution. This is what I mean. So substitute the points and you come to the select the answer. Look at this. A hyperbola having the length of the transverse axis 2 sin theta. Look at all the 4 problems. X squared by, all of them are standard form number 1. X squared by cos squared theta minus x squared by cosec squared theta, x squared by secant squared theta, and all of you know that x squared by a squared minus y squared by b squared equal to 1. The length of the transverse axis is 2a. So the length of the transverse axis is 2 sin theta, yes. Length of the transverse axis 2 cos theta, no. Length of the transverse axis 2 cosec theta, no. Length of the transverse axis 2 secant theta, no. So without reading the second part of the problem and a question which was asked in maybe old IIT question, still I am not able to smash that problem using this knack. So let us take the next one. This is what you have. So the next. This is also an interesting sum. So a person is there on the top of 64 meters high. A stone is thrown vertically upwards. From the top of a tower, from here the stone is thrown upwards and it goes up and comes down. What is the greatest attained by the particle, by the body, by the stone above the ground? Already he is there in 64 meters. So the common sense says that the distance traveled by the stone above the is more than 64 meters. Look at the answer. Is it more than 64? 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 Over. Easily we can answer. A person with a common sense can answer this question. No physics is required. No derivative rate measure is required here. Look at this J-mean question. So, know that these are all round number 3. What is round number 1? All easy questions. What is number 2? Easy, lengthy questions. Easy but lengthy question. Round number 3 going for this type of problems. I don't know because it consumes time. Sometimes you may not succeed. So this is you are asked to find what is the range for A, what is the minimum value, what is the maximum value. I don't know how to solve the problem. But I have got 1 minute time is there. So I put x is equal to 0. When I put x is equal to 0, what is the value of A? A is 0 plus 1 is equal to 1. Fine. 1 is here. 1 is included here. 1 is included here. So only third one alone leaves the race. Then one more value God Almighty has to give. So I put A is equal to pi by 4, 45 degrees. Not A, x is equal to 45 degrees. So what is the value of A? A is equal to sine 45 degrees, cos 45 degrees, 1 by root 2 each. So 1 by 2 plus 1 by 4. 1 by 2 plus 1 by 4 is 3 by 4. 3 by 4 is not included here. 12 by 16 is 3 by 4. So 3 by 4 is not included here. 3 by 4 is included here. Hit and run. This is the answer. Okay. So let me continue with the next question. Again, the main question, what is the domain of the function? Domain of the function, I do not know how to solve this domain of the function. I don't know. I have no clue about that, assume that. It's NCERT textbook problem. So I put x is equal to 1. Can x equal to 1 be there in the domain? It's a little luck. Getting the value is a luck. Somebody say God's grace. Somebody says no God, only luck. When I put x is equal to 1, I find 1 by square root of 1 minus 1, 1 by 0 not defined, 1 by 0 not defined. So 1 cannot belong to the domain. 1 belongs to the domain, 0 to infinity, all positive real numbers, 1 is there. So that is not the answer. Minus infinity to 0, yes, this is a potential answer. This is all non-zero real numbers, 1 is there, so this cannot be the answer because 1 cannot belong to the domain. Minus infinity to infinity, all the real numbers, 1 also belongs to that, but 1 cannot belong to the domain. So only one answer is there. So option 2 is the correct answer. Hope you are following. Look at a unit vector perpendicular to both A and B is. Look at the first one. Is it a unit vector? Square root of 4 plus 1 plus 1. It is root 6. This is root 6 into root 6, not 1. This is root of 9 plus 1 plus 4 divided by root 6. It is not 1. This is root of 4 plus 1 plus 1 divided by root 6. So this alone is a unit vector. All the other vectors are not unit vectors. So this is the correct answer. So the point of contact of the tangent to the parabola. A tangent is there. What is the point of contact? Look at this problem. The point of contact should satisfy this equation. Also it should satisfy this equation. Both of them should be satisfied. So y cannot be less than 0. Both x greater than 0, y is greater than 0, not possible. When x is positive, y is positive, this equation will not hold. Positive plus 2 can never be equal to 0. So this is not the answer, this is not the answer. Both of them leave the race. And y cannot be negative, but here y is negative, that leaves the race. So problem number 3 is the correct answer. I'll go to the next one. The equation of the circle centered at 4, 3, touching the circle externally. Difficult question. But look at the answer. What is the center of this first circle? 4, 3. What is the center of the second circle? -4, -3. What is the center of the third circle? -4, +3. And 4, -3. But our circle has the center at 4, 3. Only one option is matching. So that is the correct answer. Now this type number 2. Sometimes you can put particular values for AB. So look at this. Straight away we'll go to that. This is a determinant problem. All the determinant problems can be managed like this. A general determinant problem. So I put some particular values for A, B, C. I put A equal to 1, B equal to 1, C equal to 1. Then the first determinant, first column 1, 1, 1. Second column 1, 1, 1. Third column not required. It is equal to 0. So I put A equal to 1, B equal to 1. This is 0, this is 0, this is 3, this is 1 by 3. So I am looking for 0. So what is the answer? So the answer is 2 only. 2 only. Okay. So look at the next one. Now, can you tell me what is the answer here? So look at this, x plus y, x minus y, etc. Some put particular values for x, y, z. Put particular values for x, y, z. X equal to. So easy, look at that, x equal to 1, y equal to 1, z is equal to 1. If you put all of them are 1 each, the last row becomes 0, 0, 0. Last row becomes 0, 0, 0. So it is 0, put x equal to 1, here it is 27, here it is 54, and here it is 18, and here it is 0. So undoubtedly the first one is the answer. Look at this CET question. Look at the answer. Alternative nodovaga. When you look at the alternative, there is no delta also. So put a delta equal to 0. Put a delta equal to 0. When you put a delta equal to 0, this vanishes, disappears, disappears. And look at the last column and the first column, they are identical. So the value of the determinant is 0, and it is available in option number 4. Okay. So we'll go to the next one. If ABC are an arithmetic progression, what is the value of this? This similar questions appeared 3-4 times in the examination. So when you know that, if every column is in AP, then the resultant is, if you have a determinant of order 3, if every column is in AP, then it is in the value of the determinant is 0. So another way is to look at this. This is the first column AP, the common difference is 2. Second column AP, so X is ABC are in AP, add X, still in AP only, so the value of the determinant is 0. Another way of doing is ABC are in arithmetic progression, so I will put some particular values for ABC. I will put 3, so X plus 3, Y plus 5, and not X plus 5 and X plus 7. Put A equal to 3, B is equal to 5, and C is equal to 7. They are in arithmetic progression. in which case these two are identical columns, so the value of the determinant is 0. If look at this, another year before last in the entrance exam, x is there, x, y is, this is a very far. Now look at, sometimes you will have questions like this, x, y, z are in real numbers, there is no y, z. Like that, some wrongly worded problems will be there. You should not get disturbed. You cannot challenge in the exam. Oh, this is wrong. You lose time. So ignore that y and z. It is not there. Well and good. Put x is equal to 0. When you put x is equal to 0, 5 power 0 is 1. 5 power minus 0 is also 1. So the last column will become, middle column will become 0, 0, 0. So the value of the determinant is 0. So by this, I have taken more examples of determinants. All the determinant problems you can try to, a general determinant problem like this, you can solve by assigning particular values for x. Now look at this, cos of, tan inverse of, sine of, cot inverse of x. Put some particular value for x. Somebody may put x equal to 1, may not meet with success. Suppose put x is equal to 0. When you put x equal to 0, this is 0. When x is equal to 0, it is 1 by root 2. It is root of 2 by 3. It is root of 3 by 4. This is what you have. So when you put x equal to 0, cot inverse of 0. What is cot inverse of 0? Pi by 2. What is sin pi by 2? It is 1. What is tan inverse of 1? Pi by 4. What is cos pi by 4? 1 by root 2. So even though it is a general expression containing x, answer also containing x, I am succeeded in managing by putting particular value for x and matching. Okay, we will take another example. If cos inverse of x, suppose equal to sin inverse of 2x into root of 1 minus x squared is valued. So some of you may be remembering that. I know this is valued only when between 1 by root 2 and 1. Fine. Then it becomes a memory level question. Suppose you don't know, so I will put x is equal to 0. Twice cos inverse of 0 is sin inverse of 0. 2 into pi by 2 equal to sin inverse of 0. This is observed. So 0 cannot belong to that domain for which it is valid. Set of all values of x satisfying this. 0 is here, so this is not the answer. 0 is here, this is not the answer. 0 is included here between minus 1 to 0, that 0 is there. So this is not the answer. So 1 by root 2, this alone does not contain 0. So that is the answer. Okay. Next one. So the value of x and y are positive. Put x is equal to 1, y is equal to 1. Then the given expression becomes, why I put x equal to 1, y equal to 1, easy to calculate. You can put x equal to 2000, y is equal to 3000 also. You can spend 15 minutes. But you should be able to smash the answer. That is the purpose. So when you put tan inverse, put x equal to 1, y equal to 1, this will become 0. Tan inverse of 0 is 0. Tan inverse of 1 by 1, pi by 4. Pi by 4 is available. Because the answer does not depend on the values of x and y. The answer does not depend on the value of x and y. It is x is positive, y is positive. Any value for x and y, admissible value, if you put, you should be able to get pi by 4. So yeah, in fact, we advise the children when we teach trigonometry functions. So if we take minus plus tan inverse of y minus x by y plus x, this is equal to pi by 4, we advise them. If we have tan inverse of 2 by 7 plus tan inverse of 7 minus 2, that is 5, divided by 7 plus 2, 9, this is equal to pi by 4, advise them. So for them it is quite easy. All these tricks are not required. Now again, given x is between 0 and half, value of that big expression, when x is between 0 and half, 0, put x equal to 0, this will vanish. Sine inverse of 0 is 0, and when I put 0 here, I get the sine inverse of 1 by root 2 pi by 4, and tan pi by 4 is equal to 1. Now look at this one. Again, the same story here. The answer does not depend on the value of x. You can put x is equal to pi by 4, you can put x equal to pi by 3, put x equal to any value. You would get the answer. So this, when you put x is equal to 0, then 3 into 0 minus 1 whole to the power 4, plus 6 into 0 plus 1 whole squared, plus 4 into 0 plus 1 to the power something, it is missing there. So this is equal to how much? So 3 plus 6 plus 4, it is equal to 13. K of x is half of sine to the power kx plus cos to the power kx. What is f suffix 4 of x minus f suffix 6 of x? It is almost like a 10th standard trigonometry problem. Look at the answer. No, x is not present. So we make here itself x not present. Put x equal to 0. Then f suffix k will become 1 by 2 times 1 by 2. It is not 1 by 2, it is 1 by k. 1 by k. 1 by k times 0 plus 1, so it is equal to 1 by k. So fx4 is 1 by 4 minus 1 by 6, common denominator 12, 3 minus 2, so it is 1 by 12. So look at the, yes, as I told you, it is not 1 by 2, it is 1 by k. Okay, so we go to the next one. So A, B, C are mutually perpendicular vector. Unit vectors ಅಂತ ಹೇಳುವಾಗ you can put ijk. Mutually perpendicular ಅಂತ ಹೇಳುವಾಗ ijk will do. So look at the answer. Answer does not depend on A and B. So put A is equal to I, B is equal to J, C is equal to K. Then what is wanted is the length of the vector I plus J plus K. It is square root of 1 plus 1 plus 1. So it is equal to root 3. So again, vector problem. What is the angle between the vectors if length of A plus B, length of A minus B are equal? In a rectangle, in a parallelogram, if the diagonals are equal, what is the angle between A and B? It becomes a rectangle, so it is 90 degrees. Or you know that I plus J and I minus J, the length of the vector is root of 1 plus 1 each. So A equal to I, B equal to J, satisfy this condition. So the angle between A and B is 90 degrees. Look at this problem, full JEE main question. A complex number Z is unimodular if modular Z is equal to 1. Suppose Z1 and Z2 are the complex numbers such that modular Z1 minus 2Z2 divided by 2 minus Z1 into Z2 is unimodular, so modulus of that is equal to 1, and Z2 is not unimodular, then Z1 lies on which curve? Z2 is not unimodular, so I put Z2 equal to 0. If I put Z2 is equal to 0, this will go 0. Modulus Z1 by 2 equal to 1, so modulus Z1 is equal to, all of you know that modulus Z is equal to R is a circle with the center at origin and radius R units. So modulus Z1 is equal to 2 means it lies on the circle modulus Z is equal to 2. So the radius of the circle is circle of radius 2. Real part of the complex number, look at the answer, it does not depend on the value of theta. Put theta is equal to 0. When you put theta is equal to 0, 1 plus 1 plus 0, cos 0 is 1, sin 0 is 0. So 1 plus this is I here, I is missing here, I is here. Real part of this complex number. So this is equal to 1 by 2. So it's available, hit and run. Again another repeated CET question. Alpha and beta are two different complex numbers, and beta is unimodular, modulus of beta is equal to 1. Then what is the value of that big expression? Look at the answer, answer is alpha vela. So put alpha equal to 0. This will go, this will go. Modulus beta by 1 is modulus beta by 1 is modulus of beta, and modulus beta is given to 1, so the answer should be 1. Again look at this one, this is a real 5 marks question. So x dx by a squared cos squared x plus b squared sin squared x, I do not know. This is a properties of definite integral, actually 5 mark question, which it is ideal to ask, but they are not asking the exam. But NCERT, in the CBSE they ask. So here when I put a, so I put particular values for a and b, a equal to 1, so that the denominator vanishes, means it disappears, not becoming 0. A squared is 1, b squared is 1, so cos squared x plus sin squared x becomes 1. Integral of x is x squared by 2 between pi and 0, pi squared by 2. Is it pi squared by 2? No, it is pi squared, not answer. Pi by AB, it is pi. This is not the answer. This is pi squared by 2, yes. And this is pi by 2. So which is the answer? The answer is twice. So this is one of the problems. We advise the children to by heart also. Properties of definite integrals, many problems you can do it by hearting. Again integral here, put here what is the value you have to put? Again put n is equal to 0. Put n is equal to 0. When you put n is equal to when you put n is equal to 0, sin to the power 0x is equal to 1, cos to the power 0x is also equal to 1. So integral 0 to pi x dx, so x squared by 2, not x dx, x by 2 dx. So x squared by 4 between pi and 0, so pi squared by 4, option number 4. What is the minimum value of the function x squared minus 1 minus 1? I don't know how to do that. So what to do? I will put I put x equal to 0. What is the value of f of 0? F of 0 is minus 1. So minus 1 is one of the values. Minus 0 is minus 1 is one of the values. And one of the values is minus 1, and among the 4 values, the least value is minus 1. So the minimum value of the function is either less than minus 1 or it is minus 1. But option nodoga, no minus, less than minus 1 is there, so minus 1 is the correct answer. See the last year question. 2 to the power n. So put n is equal to 4. 2 to the power 4 less than factorial 4. Is it true? Yes. 16 is less than 24. 2 squared is less than factorial 2. No, it is more than factorial 2. This you need not consider because we are looking for smallest positive integer. Already 4 is the answer, so 5 is test ಮಾಡಬೇಡಿ. So it is 2 to the power 3 is less than 3, factorial 3, 8 is less than 6, no. So this is not the answer, this is not the answer. Type number 3, solving for x, few more slides are there. So when you look at this 8 to the power, 81 to the power sin squared x, 81 to the power cos squared x, ಮೇಲೆದು. When x is equal to pi by 4 or 3 pi by 4, sin squared x is sin squared pi by 4 or sin squared 3 pi by 4, which is 1 by root 2 whole squared 1. So both of them are 1 by 2. 81 to the power 1 by 2 plus 81 to the power 1 by 2 is 9 plus 9 not equal to 30. So this is not the answer, this is not the answer. So one of these two is the answer. It is better to substitute pi by 2 rather than pi by 6. 81 to the power sin squared x is 81 to the power sin squared x is 81 to the power 1. So this cannot be the answer. So this is not the answer. This has to be the answer. General solution of this. So this is 2n pi plus pi by 4, it should be here. So when you put n is equal to 0, this is 3 pi by 4, this is 0, and this is pi. When you substitute 0, sin 0 minus cos 0, this is not root 2. So this is not the answer. When you substitute, when you put n is equal to 0, it is pi. Sin pi minus cos pi, is it equal to root 2? No. So this is not the answer. So when you put n is equal to 0, 3 pi by 4, you get sin 3 by 4 is 1 by root 2, cos 3 by 4 is minus 1 by root 2, root 2, 1 by root 2 plus 1 by root 2 is root 2, so this is the answer. A particular solution of this, again substitute, when x is equal to, when x is equal to when x is equal to 0 and y is equal to 1 by 7, all these things will become 1 only. Left hand side is 1. Here the right hand side is tan pi by 4 when x is equal to 0. This is tan inverse of pi by 4. This is tan of 3 pi by 4. And this is tan of pi by 18. So this is, when you put this alone is matching, so that is the answer. So, so put x is equal to, solve for x, go from the answer. When you put x is equal to 2, logarithm of x equal to 2, 2 plus 6, plus a logarithm of to the base 2, 4, 4. So logarithm of 8 to the base 3, logarithm of 4 to the base 2, 3 plus 2 is 5. So this is matching, so 2 is the answer. Tan inverse of x plus cot inverse of x equal to pi, then what is x? Go from the answer, substitute. 3 into tan inverse of 1, 3 pi by 4 plus cot inverse of 1 pi by 4. This is equal to pi, so first one is the answer. CET-16. The general solution of tan cot theta plus general solution of tan theta plus cot theta is equal to 2. Put n is equal to 0. When you put n equal to 0, this will become pi by 4, this will become pi by 8, this will become pi by 8, this will become pi by 6, and pi by 4 alone is the solution, because tan pi by 4 plus cot pi by 4 is equal to 2. All the others do not satisfy. Type number 4, so sum of n terms, mostly this type of problems. So sum of n terms ಇರುವಾಗ S1, when you put s is equal to 1, it is T1. When you put n is equal to 2, it is T1 plus T2. So if you do not know the general method of solving the problem, you can put like this and solve. When you put n is equal to 1, what happens here? It will become 1 by 10. Put n is equal to 1, 1 by 10. Put n is equal to 1, 2 by 10. That n is equal to 1, 1 by 9. Put n is equal to 1, it becomes both are identical. So this is the answer. So this is slight correction here. A plus B plus C whole power n, trinomial. What is that? Put n is equal to 1. Then a plus b plus c whole to the power 1. That means a plus b plus c. How many terms are there? 3 terms are there. Put n is equal to 1. What happens? 1. Put n is equal to 1. It will become 4. Put n is equal to 1. Half. Put n is equal to 1. It will become 3. And which is the answer? 3 is the answer. Mathematical induction problem, put n is equal to 1 or 2, you can manage. So this is a mathematical induction problem, put n is equal to 1, then a to the power 1 will be, what is put n is equal to 1, this is 1 by 2 this term. Put n is equal to 1, this is n squared, I think, this is n squared. So n is equal to 1, this is not the answer, this is not the answer. When you put n is equal to 1, this alone is the answer. So some of the first n terms, here is, look at this is another example. When you put n is equal to 1, S1 is equal to T1 is equal to 1 squared by 1, it is 1. Put n is equal to 1, this is not the answer, 1 by 3. Put n is equal to 1, this is 1. Put n is equal to 1, this will become 1 by 3. And this will become, so this you can hit and run. So again here you can very clearly see that we have come to the almost the end of the last one, but final how to smash the CET, that you please wait. When you put n is equal to 1, n is equal to 1, this is equal to 1 by 3. This will be more than 1, this will be more than 1, it cannot be 1 by 3. When I put n is equal to 1, this will be 4 by 3 minus 1 equal to 1 by 3. When this is 1 by 3, this will be 1 less than 1 by 3, so this cannot be the answer. Okay. So, So 2 to the power n minus 2 to the power 2n minus 1 is divisible by, suppose I put n is equal to 1, what happens? 2 squared minus 1 is 3. It is not divisible by 6. It is not divisible by 7. It is not divisible by 2. It is divisible by 3. So that is the answer. Yes. So, dear students, what I have summarized here is set of problems you have to identify when you write the CET examination. You have to identify the problem, whether it is your problem or somebody else's problem. There are problems which you are capable of answering in 1 minute. That is first round. There are problems which you feel that it may, you know the solution, but it may consume little more time. keep it pending. Round number 2. There may be certain problems which you have never come across in your life. Don't complete reading the question. So that way you have to identify the different types of problems. After identifying the different types of problems, 1 minute question, etc., then putting problems by trick, etc., then, we do not know the question paper will be easy or difficult. One of the students you should be cool-headed. So you should think what to score. Which is better? 45 is better. So I relate that mark 45, 50 is not that important. Relative performance is not important. When the question paper is easy, don't rejoice because it is easy for everybody. Everybody scores well. And if the question paper is tough, don't get depressed because we have said that, everybody is going to score less. And, I have already mentioned to you round number 1. Round number 1 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು 30 questions ಅನ್ನು 30 minutes ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ನೀವು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ತೂಕ ಮಾಡಿ ನೋಡ್ತೀರಿ. It is going to be easy, it is going to be tough, like that. So never be panic. 70 minutes ಅಲ್ಲಿ you should be cool. Question paper is easy, so what? Everybody scores well. Question paper is tough, so what? Everybody scores less. I also score less. Doesn't matter. That kind of attitude should be there. Okay. So how to answer an unknown question? ನೋಡಿ, CET-ಯಲ್ಲಿ there is no negative scoring. When there is no negative scoring, you should not leave a Hello students, so some failure problem, let's continue now. How to answer a questions, unknown questions. You do not know how to answer. So, 60 questions are there. So, now look at that, about 1,85,000 students are writing the CET. How many seats are there in IIT, JEE, NITK and NEET? NEET around 3,500 medical seats, merit seats. And this may be around 1,000 seats here, 700 plus other 300 you go to others. So at the most on 500, say 500 students get into IIT. So altogether only 4,000 plus 5,000, say another 2,000, 7,000 students only go to the other. So 10,000. 1,75,000 students are appearing for CET, even though they were hopeful of getting in NITK or good engineering, good medical college, that some of them may miss. So, in the coming to, so many of them are depending upon the engineering only. So, 60 questions are there. A score of 40 to 45, you will get a decent CET score. That means you know physics 15 questions, 15, I'll take that 45, 15 questions you don't know. Even if you don't know, it is okay. So I am talking about that. Most in the middle level nodre, you may know only 35 questions, remaining 75 questions you don't know. How to answer that unknown 75 questions? One of the ways of doing that 75 questions is, some people, astrological consideration, astrological. So, there are many things which you can say, I'll make it short. Suppose your lucky number is 4, go on, unknown questions you can go on marking 4 only. Questions which you don't know, you mark 4. Some people, now I would say that when you see a question for the first time in your life, especially mathematics, and if you cannot solve that problem, better share it there only with your lucky number. Another way is at the end of just 5 minutes before the examination, 5 minutes before the examination, you look at your OMR sheet, 1, 2, 3, 4, it is, you have to answer in still 25 questions. You have answered 35 questions. 10 of them are 4 and 9 of them are B's, 11 of them, so say another 11 of them are, so 30 questions are there, already marked 2, 3, 4 and 5 questions only you have put option number 1. My advice to you is put the remaining 25 questions 1 only. Do not think that God Almighty will help you. If you do not know a question and if you seek God Almighty and play guitar in the exam hall, you know, God Almighty will not help you. You can use the science or you can use the astrology. So if you use the science, by and large, 25% of the questions will be 1, 25 2, 25 3, 25 4. So where you have marked less number of times, otherly if you mark more, there are chances that you will get. And by marking like this, out of 75, at least 20 questions should be correct. And with that, your score will jump like anything. So don't be greedy. So be sensible. So instead of out of 4 questions, you should get 1 question correctly. But if you go for playing guitar, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಗ್ರಹಚಾರ ಸರಿಯಿಲ್ಲಾದರೆ, or whichever you mark may go wrong, please be careful. This is what I want to say about now. Students of different caliber, same caliber, perform differently in CET. So what is that? Every one of you should have God's grace. People with the God's grace, they will do wonderfully well. But how to get God's grace? That is the million-dollar question. Somebody will say praise, somebody will say no, you do your duty properly, that God automatically comes and helps you. So be sympathetic to the downtrodden. Please be sympathetic to the downtrodden. Yeah, there are so many people who are, even in the tsunami, in this COVID period also, many people are suffering and they do not have, enough money to buy food also. So you can help them and you can get God's grace. And once the school starts, there are so many poor children who may not have a pencil or pen. You drop a pen or pencil in their box, God's grace will automatically come to you. So do not be jealous of anybody. The world is very large. Everybody has a place. If you study in a good engineering college, if you get a medical seat, fine. Otherwise also it is fine. So don't be jealous of the people. Likely we may come across several times with the happy moments. Praise the God Almighty. There may be some difficult moments like what you are having now. Pray to God Almighty. There may be, say, quiet moments. Then worship God Almighty. And very painful moments. Some of your relatives may be having suffering from COVID. Trust God. He will not let you down. Every moment, thank God and be grateful to. And I wish you the very best of luck. Stay focused on what you want, and definitely you can achieve what you are aspiring for. Yes. Thank you. And all the best for you. And in our website, for the sake of some students, we are uploading 2 model question papers this evening. So last minute, even if you are having enough number of practices, you can also have a look at our model question papers, which will be put in our website this evening. Wish you all the best. Thank you for patiently listening. And some of you may be first PUC students. You might not have understood certain mathematics part which I have done. And all the second PUC students, wish you the very best of luck, not only in your CET, also in your life. Bye-bye.